Where are the black people in the Quran being highlighted? That's what I have an issue with.
When he says he's given this book to all mankind, he talked to all mankind. That means black, white. It don't matter what color you are. He gave it
So if
to.
you
He gave
talk to
us a
all,
book.
so
He
if you
gave it.
talk, listen, let's not make this a debate or argument because
It's not.
I'm here to get a message across. This is my because I just end it and we could just go. I'm not. I don't want to debate you. I'm
Your
just saying.
question is. I feel like you're questioning a lot of Islam, and you are Muslim.
Listen, I am black. Let me start there first. I am black.
Welcome to Unwrap Real Talk with the Black Hijabi. I'm your host, Mariam Kaba. I have a special guest here by the name of Smart. I'm so excited to have you. How are you feeling? Salaam alaikum.
Right, Shalom. I feel great. I feel great. I feel happy. I feel clear. I feel motivated. I feel purposeful. And with every day that goes by, I'm starting to really get a clearer perspective on my purpose, what I'm supposed to do, and what I'm, what Allah has given me the power, the strength, and the gifts to actually accomplish and do. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm excited.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So we're going to talk about different topics. You have an organization that you're working on building. You've have gone viral, crazy viral all over.
Right.
You're super. If I was to describe you from a viewer, super militant, super motivational, super purposeful, um, and so much more. How do how does that come about? Is it natural to you, that militant discipline that you have? Because you're super. It comes off. I don't know if you know that it comes off that way, but you come off super militant. How did you? Where did that come from?
Man, well, I think I think Allah has desensitized me spiritually. I think Allah has desensitized me emotionally. I think Allah has um, desensitized me and sensitized me at the same time. So it's like back and forth, right? So meaning like I'm desensitized when it comes to dealing with people outside of my race, but I'm sensitive and I'm sensitized to the pain that the people in my race went through.
Hmm.
So I would say like I can still feel the cries. I can still it's almost like I can hear the cries of some of the slaves. I can almost feel the I could feel that for whatever reason I'm not disconnected in that way. So when I turn on the news or I see a brother or sister being harmed or hurt or harassed, I feel something. And I think Allah has blessed me with the ability to feel for us. And it's a feeling, like it's a real feeling that I have. And I want to make change. I want to make change. Um and I'm making change, and that's just my mindset. So I would say it comes from Allah sensitizing me and desensitizing me, sensitizing me to us. Like I feel our pain. I'm desensitized when it comes to other people. I don't care about the so-called Holocaust that the so-called Jews went through. I don't care about what people in Afghanistan. I don't care about what people in Palestine and Israel. I don't care about what they're going through. Here in America, it's been over 400 years of our Holocaust. So I'm here with this. So yeah, that's what I would say it is.
So you don't feel anything for the people in Palestine?
No,
Do you not feel anything for the people in the Congo and Sudan?
that's different. Those are brothers and sisters.
Okay.
So we got to pick. So we got to pick and choose, right? So again, there's this thing where we've been conditioned to care about everybody but ourselves. Like we're conditioned to care about everybody else but ourselves, but nobody else cares about us. And then we give our energy, we give our labor, we give our work. The first person to call a dawn was black. The first person to die in jihad was black. So we're always on the front line for these things, but we get treated like we're on the second and third and fifth and fourth, third line. I have a problem with that. And, you know, not to get ahead of the conversation, but that's why I'm building this organization and I'm building to change the mindset of black Muslims, to give that confidence, to give that self-esteem. Because it'd be hard for me to apply myself to a religion that I feel is not even welcoming to me as the man that I am. And I have to be proud. Like I have to be proud as a Muslim, right? So how do you say it is Allah who has created you in the womb how he pleased, right? It is
Hmm.
Allah who created us in the womb how he, so Allah was pleased to create us. So I am a creation of God. So I feel great. I feel phenomenal about being black. I'm a creation of Allah. Allah created me. God created me. So why wouldn't I feel blessed? Why wouldn't I feel empowered? Why wouldn't I feel beautiful? Why wouldn't I feel like I'm happy to be black? Allah created me this way. If Allah wanted me to look like Elvis Presley, then I would be happy looking like Elvis Presley. Fortunately for me, I don't.
Hmm. Do you feel like our hearts, right? Because I always say this as far as like black people, I say that our energy is more felt. Like we feel our energy. You can go around someone that's not melanated, and you may not know how they truly feel about you, right? Because their energy may they can smile and a certain type of way you may not know. Black people, you can feel our energy, right? And I feel like when we do, we our hearts are so big, so we have room to feel for the Palestinians and the people from Congo and the people from Sudan,
Those
and
not
we
the same. That's not the same. This is why we have to separate. The people, those are not our people. Africa, those are our people. We have to put our people as a primary focus because everybody else puts their people as a primary focus. That's how they're able to perfect. That's how they're able to progress. You know, when we look at Indians, we look at everybody like I have to this is why it's important, right? And I don't want to cut you off, but just know that where I stand for black people. That's it. I
are you
stand
black first or Muslim first?
for me, I'm black first. Black first. I'm black first. I wasn't born Muslim. I converted.
Okay.
So I don't I can't I'm not I'm black. I'm I have to be proud of myself. If I don't know, you know, and again, this is not I'm not no imam. I'm not no I'm just talking from my heart and how I feel and my perspective and how I look at things. And I relate to people who experience that. I'm black and I'm proud to be black. When you see these other brothers, it's almost like people who are from Bangladesh, they their version of Islam is racial, just like the so-called Jews, because they're not the real Jews. We are the real Jews. So Moses was black. That's a whole nother rabbit hole conversation. However, when you think of Jewish people, you think of a race. You don't think of a religion. In terms of people from India, Pakistan, Yemen, Bangladesh, they consider themselves, when they say Muslim, their race and their religion is not separated. It's connected to them because they were born Muslim. So when they look at us, they don't view us as a part of the religion. They look at us as tag-ons. They look at us as no we because we don't have no foundational um base of loyalty to our race. So we look like we just dick riding. And
Do you feel like, and I'm gonna say this because the way how they have been boycotting the Starbucks, the Coca Cola, the McDonald's, it has really done a number in the pockets of Starbucks. They had to rebrand and do certain different things because the Palestinian and the world had came together to boycott these certain businesses. Why do you feel like Black people don't do that for our own? Like when the situation with
because
Gucci.
we don't have because at the end of the day we again this is why I say we're taught we're taught to be secondary. We're taught that we're taught that we're not important, right? So like I
Mhm,
said, when you see somebody that's from Pakistan, you see somebody that's from wherever the fuck they from, right? They they don't look at themselves as a Muslim. They look at themselves as they're Pakistan, and they don't separate their race from their religion. It's the same. They look at us like we black, pretending to be Muslim. They don't even respect us really because
mhm.
they feel like they gave us religion, right? This is how they feel.
Yeah.
And when you look and then when you
Mhm.
look at the Quran, I'm not jacking. I'm not. When you look at the Quran, where's the black people in the Quran? Where's the black folks? We know Bilal was the first one to call her dawn, but
Mhm.
where's the black folks? And if okay, Muhammad We and no disrespect. May peace and blessings be upon him, but may peace and blessings be upon me as well. May peace and blessings be upon you too as well. May peace and blessings be upon the Ummah, not this individual. See, Muhammad cannot corner the market of peace and blessings. And this is the conditioning that we go through. So now you mean to tell me, well, you gave me the religion because it's Arabic? Well, we gave you civilization. The prophet wouldn't have been a merchant if our ancestors didn't create that concept.
But he also brought the religion came down, right? And not to cut you off, peace be
Hold on.
upon
This is
you.
important. This is important. May
Okay,
peace
go
be
ahead,
upon
Smart.
may peace be upon us all. Now let me cook. Now, it is Allah who has created you in the womb how he please. So I am a creation of God. So I'm already super valid because I'm a creation of God. So I love myself. I am black. I'm beautiful. I'm powerful. I am God's creation. And God don't make no bullshit creations. Number two, right? We gave the world mathematics, psychology, medicine, strategy, and all the fundamental principles that every culture, race, and nation have used since the beginning of time to develop and grow. So the barter system, the prophet was a merchant. He wouldn't have been a merchant unless our ancestors didn't create the concept of being a merchant. We gave them structure and order. We gave every other race on this planet a way of life. So before the prophet got the revelation, he was living, right? He was
Mhm.
living where was he living? Where did the structure of living and being civilized came from? It came from us. So without us, Muhammad wouldn't have been even able to receive the revelation. Without us, you wouldn't have been able to pay the bills. You wouldn't, because you was a merchant. The prophet was a merchant. Where did the concept of becoming a merchant, where did it come from? It came from us, right? So this is the key important thing. We are the fathers of civilization, right? We are the fathers and mothers of civilization. Okay? Now, we have developed and organized every civilization on this planet. They have used our fundamental principles. So without the principles of the black man and the black woman, there would be nothing on this planet. Nothing. So this is the thing, this is the respect that needs to be placed on our names. The prophet was a great man, but so was the Egyptians. The prophet was a great man, but so were our ancestors. And I just can't accept. This is me personally. I'm sick and tired of everybody trying to highlight everybody else but us. And may peace and blessings be upon them, but may peace and blessings be upon me too as well. Forget.
The Prophet Muhammad brought the revelation came for the Quran because people were worshiping idols. They were worshiping the sun. They were worshiping statues. And it was in Africa, I always say this too, the oneness of Allah was already there. Okay. People already believed in Allah, the oneness of God, right? So the revelation had came to them because they were on a wayward life. Arabs were doing the wrong thing. That's why it had to get revealed in Arabic, right? As far as Christianity, people the Christianity, the Bible had changed multiple times.
But if we don't have, but see, if we don't have, but this is the issue that I'm having.
Hmm.
We don't have a language. See, they use religion in a way to separate us. Why are we the only race on this planet that doesn't have a language? We have dialects, but we don't have a language. There's no universal language for our people. So if there's no universal language for our people, how can we be unified as a people as a whole? And this is the problem. And nobody talks about this. We talk about Arabic, but what's African? If you speak Arabic, you understand that. You speak Chinese, you understand that. You speak Mandarin and Cantonese, you understand that. You speak Korean, you understand that. You speak Japanese, you understand that. You speak Spanish, you understand that. You speak French, you understand that. When it comes to us, we don't have a language. That was strategic. So this is what we have to start understanding. So part of my mission statement is to also develop a centralized language. We have to have a language for our people, and we and the, until that happens, we're not going to be unified and we're not going to be viewed as individuals. Okay, I'm listening.
Give me an example of like what do you mean by language? Like
I
as
just
far as
told you Korean. Korean.
but okay, so do you not feel like black people can go back to Africa and learn languages from there?
What I'm saying is, what language are we learning? We didn't
We
see.
got Creole, we got Mende, we got Mendingo, we got
Those are not languages. Those are dialects. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about a language. I'm talking about a language. See, this is where it starts getting spooky.
it's
They
definitely
took
getting
they took our language away from us, so we don't even know who we are. We're speaking dialects, but there's no language for our people. There's no one language you can say that there's when you go to China, you got
right. You
Cantonese
can't like what you talking about Africa having its own dialect for
language,
all everybody.
not dialect, language.
I'm saying Africa having their own language that all Africans know.
Right.
It's a
See,
guy that wants to do that though, like have his own currency, have our own
and
language
that's
over
spread
there.
around the world. This is how
Mhm.
we unify. This is how we unify our people.
Mhm.
Every other race has their own language. You got to be careful what condition. This is why I said before the mosque, a lot of the masjids work in the ghetto the same way the churches do. They rob us of any application of our religion in a way that uplifts our people. You go to Juma, you're just talking. You fast on the month of Ramadan, you're just hungry. You go make salat. You get a prostration mark on your head, and that's it. You wrestling with the floor, but your finances are zero, and every other culture is moving forward. I'm not here to advocate. I'm not here to advocate for nothing other than us coming together.
Well,
That's
what
what
made
I'm
you
for.
fall in love with Islam? What made you get drawn to this religion in the first place? What made you come into this on this deen? What made you fall in love with it? Because I hear a lot of cons against it. I do. I hear a lot of not like you're going
Nah, that's
coming
the
at the mess.
brainwashing. That's the brainwashing.
But
And,
what
and
made you fall in love with the deen?
hold on, I'm in love with being a black man. Period. And I gotta separate the two. I have a relationship with Allah. I don't let nobody determine or define my relationship with Allah. I pray to Allah. I went to God. And Allah is just God. Like, we get this jacked up. I'm mad that I'm speaking in a language that's not mine. I feel like I feel like a slave right now. We brainwashed. So for me, I'm searching the true way. I gotta figure this out. This is what Allah is telling me. Okay, this is what you want to tell. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
I don't have a language, and I'm not. And again, we're gonna disagree a lot in this conversation, and I don't even care. I'm tired of speaking in a tongue that's not mine. So now I gotta say, well, why do I speak English so well? I don't have my own language. I'm following a religion that's given to me by Arab or Indian motherfucker, and the only person that they highlight is Muhammad. Hold up. My people is damaged over 400 plus years.
Mhm.
I follow God. I'm not Indian though.
Mhm.
I'm not from Yemen. I'm not from Pakistan. I'm not none of that shit. I'm black.
Mhm.
I'm fucking black. So I'm not gonna sit here and I speak from a tongue. I'm mad. Even as I say this to you, right?
Mhm.
You know, knowledge is a gift and a curse, right? It's a gift because you can change things. It's a curse because there's so much work that you have to do to change things. And you're in such harm's way when you're trying to change things that's wrong and make them right. But just because everybody think what's wrong is right, don't make it right. We don't have our own language. We don't even pray to God in a way. I can't jack that. So you mean to tell me, see, and then I don't question it. Don't question what?
We don't question Allah.
And who said this?
The
Did Allah?
Quran.
Did Allah? Did Allah come out the sky? Listen, I'm speaking from a real standpoint. I'm not speaking from a conditioned, brainwashed
That's
standpoint.
not conditioned. That's a
It
book that
is.
hasn't been changed for years.
It
It's
is.
one
Say it again.
the book the book hasn't been changed. It's been the same.
Listen. Who? Who?
Hasn't been altered.
I never met Muhammad. I never met Muhammad. Check it out. I never met Muhammad.
You
The sky never opened up. Listen, the sky never opened up and told me this is what it's supposed to be. So only I have to pray. I have to ask Allah to guide me. And this is
Mhm.
what I do. And when I ask Allah to guide me, this is the guidance that I get.
You get questions.
I get answers to the questions too. See, this is what we see. I can't, I'm not going, I don't care what man said. I ask God, yo, hey man, yo, Allah, what's up? My son, we need our own language. Heard you. Yo, Allah, what's going on? My son, you need to do this. I'm getting direct guidance from my source, which is Allah. I can't, then I have to shift through this thing here. We're taught these things. Same way Christianity, we brainwashed. So you mean to tell me we're not slaves? We're not. We
You
don't come
don't
from
feel like we're
slaves.
slaves. Oh, listen. So do you not? Do you believe that we are slaves of to Allah?
I can buy into that.
Okay.
I can buy. I mean, and again, I don't see. This is I got an issue with these things. This is me per se. I got an issue with see the word slave, um,
It's the English.
creation.
It's the English. It's the English translation of
How
Abdul.
can I can't jack? I mean, me per se. I don't know. I'm gonna have to make some prayers about that. I like the word creation. I like the word child. I like the word child of God. I like the word creation of God. I like how it sounds to say created in God's image. I got an issue with saying that I'm a slave. I got an issue with that. So I have to be. I
But
have
you
to
know
be.
we cannot be children of Allah because Allah is the Almighty. He's the most merciful. He's the creator of the universe. We cannot be children to Him and be on this dunya. So, like we go through too much to be children of Him, like to be
Didn't it say?
tested.
Didn't it say? Didn't it say? Uh, 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 it is Allah who has created you in the womb. He how He pleased.
Yes,
So I'm
He's
Allah's
our
creation.
creator, but He's not our. That's like saying He's our father
So how is He our creator but not our father?
because He's not,
This is what
and
I don't believe that. And again, listen to what I'm saying.
He's
And
not.
listen, let me tell you something. That's your opinion. I'm not. You created me. You my pops, man. Say what you want to say. Now look, check it out. Check it out. And I'm not. And it's called. Listen, you got your opinion, and I respect that, right? You got how you view it. This how I view
Mhm,
it, though. I'm
mhm.
not speaking in nobody. I'm not speaking in the language that's not mine. And the people that gave me this language, where are they? Said we were slaves. Where are the black people in the Quran being highlighted? That's what I have an issue with.
When He says He's given this book to all mankind, He talked to all mankind. That means black, white. It don't matter what color you are. He gave it
So if
to.
you
He gave
talk to
us the
all,
book.
so
He
if you
gave us.
talk, listen, let's not make this a debate or argument because
It's not.
I'm here to get a message across. This is my because I just end it and we could just go. I'm not. I don't want to debate you. I'm
Your
just saying.
question is. I feel like you're questioning a lot of Islam, and you are Muslim.
Listen, I am black. Let me start there first. I am black. Okay, so this is I'm here to get my message across. You disagree, you disagree. I'm not here to sound like I'm Arabic. I'm not here to sound like I'm not here to put no fake tones on my voice. Listen, I'm black, right? And I am Muslim. I took Shahada. However, however, I got an issue with how the religion is being carried, and this is how I feel. You got Muslims that's not black, that's rich, and we struggling. And nobody, and we spoke about this off camera. We spoke about this off camera. We talked about you said where you at, it's a Turkish masjid. So I don't want us to be connected on camera, off camera, then we get on camera and we talking
No,
something.
absolutely. I talked about a space for having African for black Muslims because it's a Turkish masjid. I talked about when we go shoulder to shoulder, foot to foot, they don't want to touch us.
Right.
I've talked about that, but
Why
I'm
you
not
think
ever questioning Islam. I'm
why
not
you think
questioning Quran.
I'm not questioning Islam. I'm questioning the people who are in positions to tell me how to be a practitioner of Islam. Can't tell me how to feel. You can't tell me what I deal with. You can't tell me
Absolutely.
that. You can't tell me that the prophet is this and that. Well, he's only this and that because of my people. Yeah. So let's separate Islam from Muhammad. People be like, "What you mean?" Well, how old was the prophet when he got the revelation?
40 in his 40s.
Okay. So the 39 years before he was got the revelation, how was he living? He was living that way because of us. That structure, that way to make money. We taught everybody on this planet how to survive on this planet. So let's not remove the fact that without our early teachings before Islam, the prophet would have been dead and dying of starvation. How did the prophet make money? Where did that concept of him making money come from? It came from us. This is what
Hmm.
I'm saying. Now, let me go back. We are the fathers and mothers of civilization, our people. We gave the world mathematics, we gave the world psychology, medicine, strategy, and all of the fundamental principles that every culture, race, and nation have used since the beginning of time to develop and grow. How did the prophet make money? Where did his concept of making money come from? It came from us, it came from our teachings, it came from the teachings of our people. So, with that being prevalent and relevant, now we have the pride, we have the self esteem that we need to feel like we matter.
Hmm.
And that is a difference that I'm going to make our people aware of. And I don't give a fuck who feels some type of way about it. Look ahead.
When you pray, right? Do you pray in Arabic when you make salah?
Here we go again.
I'm just asking. I want to
Here we
know
go
because
again. I do
I'm
not feel some type of way about it. I do, and I'm
okay. Okay.
and I don't want to pray in Arabic no more. Yeah, I don't want to pray in Arabic. I don't want to pray. I don't want to pray in Arabic no more. I want to pray in African. That's what I want to pray in. I want to pray in African. You can pray in English, right? You can pray in English, right? Like, come on, man. I be feeling some type of way. I'm just saying me. I'm saying me per se. I feel some type of way because we have been bamboozled. We have been brainwashed to accept everybody else's culture but our own.
You can come to Africa with me, Sierra Leone. Come
Yeah,
to
I'm with
Central
that.
Africa. Let's go. Adi Bodi.
I'm with
I
that.
told I say Adi Bodi. You say me Bodi fine. Okay, so
Listen, listen,
okay,
I don't know what that means yet. So you said that I mean?
well, I'm saying, how are you? When I say Adi Bodi, and you
What,
reply me Bodi fine.
what language is that?
It's Creole.
See, that's not a language, it's a dialect.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying. See, look,
Okay.
and look, this is what I'm saying. We got so much work to do. When you ask me like how I feel, right? This is how I feel. I feel and I'm not about to, I don't, listen, I'm not about to be hit with a bunch of messed up energy because I'm proud to be black. You know what I mean? We don't have a language. We don't have no power structure. We following everybody else,
So
but
how do you fix that? What? Because I know you had this revelation from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and
fact.
you got the answers, and how are you going to fix this within our community?
So the first thing is this: understanding the mindset. We have to know who we are first. We have to know who we are. Everybody else, they know who they are, and then they bring who they are into the religion. We don't know who we are, and we're just bringing our carbon copy version of everybody else's race into the religion of Islam, so we're not respected. Okay? So our sisters want to pretend like they're Indian. Our brothers want to pretend like they're Indian. Our brothers want to pretend like they're Arabic. We want to pretend like we everybody else but us, and then we're coming into the religion and we're not getting respect because they're looking at us like, yo, my man, you ain't me. And then the messaging points in the Quran, where's the we talk about Bilal being the first one to call a dawn, but Bilal was a slave. That's what the Quran said. So the Bilal was a slave.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I think, listen, man, yo, I I think the Quran has been tampered with, man. And we can go back and forth. I
I'm
know
not
for
going
me,
to. I'm
I
not going to.
I think
So I
I
want
think
to
it's
ask
been
you
tampered.
another
I told Let
question.
me say this, right? I think it's been tampered with, and I think because it's too much leaving us out in every religious book, and I can't sit here and say because I don't print the Quran. I don't own a company that prints the Quran, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that our religion is the right way. It's some funny shit though that happens. Why Bilal got to be a slave? Why was the first black? Why did you? So you saying I'm a slave and I'm a singer? So I'm a singing slave? It just don't make it just don't sit right with me. And this is what I struggle with. And if I can't ask the question, which I can't because I get looked at like I'm crazy, if I say right now I feel like the Quran been tampered with, they're gonna be like, "Yo, oh, you crazy?" Yeah, brother. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Every and then if I go, okay, why every other race that's Muslim is wealthy, but we broke? Nobody wants to answer that question. So the solution that I feel is we have to know who we are before we come into Islam and bring the confidence that is cultivated by knowing who we are into Islam. And then we're going to have a more independent approach to our religion. We're not looking for our brothers to love us or do things for us or invest in our masjids. We're going to build up our masjids the same way
Mm-hmm.
everybody else builds up their masjids.
I'm definitely for that. I'm definitely for a place for Black Muslims to be able to feel comfortable when they come and pray in a place for us. I'm definitely for that.
But how are we going to feel comfortable if we don't know that we gave Muhammad his approach to be a merchant? It hit different. It hit different when you know, like, okay, well, the prophet was 40. Cool, you was 40. You had 39 years. You was making money. How was you making money? And where did the concept of how you make money, where did that come from? Came from us. Put some respect on our name. We not niggas. We not niggas either.
Mhm.
I can't jack that. I'm
It
not
goes
gonna
with
jack
the
that.
You want us to have a sense of pride in our own religion, but
I,
I feel
I
like
want to
we
say
have
we are. See again, we are the fathers of civilization. We are the mothers of civilization. We created this whole thing. So I'm not about to sit here and we're genetically superior. You can say what you want about all this other. This is about all this other. We are the superior race on this planet. You can say what you want. We created everything. Genetically, we're superior. Mentally, we're superior. So I'm tired of people looking at us like we're beneath them because we're trying to follow the religion, but we don't even love who we are. We don't love who we are. And we're conditioned not to love ourselves because nobody talks about things that embraces us. Even Muhammad. I don't think Muhammad looks like me. So
Moses did.
this is what yeah. Moses was black.
Yeah, Moses was Black.
So I need to so that need to there's
That was
prophets.
depicted in his color already. His hair was like wool. He had dark skin.
This is all I'm saying. We need
Moses
to
was Black.
so we need to highlight all of the prophets. Everybody always talk about Muhammad. Muhammad ain't you was the last, not the only. See, it's a difference between being the only and the last.
Mhm.
They say he was the last. So if he was the last, then we can agree that he wasn't the only. And if he wasn't the only one, which he wasn't, what did the other prophets of God look like? And we need to know the chocolate ones. And
The fact-
we need to highlight those ones that look like me and you, my sister. And then
mhm.
so now we can feel some type of connectedness to God. We don't feel connected to God because we're not conditioned to understand our contributions to what God has created for us and how we applied it to the world and how those contributions are, tangible. We don't feel like we feel like outcasts. We feel like we guests in our own home. We don't have no language. We haven't colonized anything. We don't own nothing. So how can we feel like, yo, we matter?
In the you talking about in the whole diaspora, the whole like world. Why
Everything.
do you, are you talking about United States?
The world. The world. We don't have a language. So it's the world. That's universal. You got white people, you got black people in Africa speaking French. Somebody
They
said,
do.
yo,
I was just in Senegal, and that's all they do is no, but they do have their own language, which is Wolof.
they don't have a language, they got a dialect, man. You keep talking this language. Listen, we have to have a universal language. This is African. Every black, you speak in African. Every person that's so-called Spanish, they speak Spanish. They speak Spanish. Period.
Okay,
We don't. What I'm saying is
now
this:
I understand what you're saying. Now
we
I
don't.
understand because I didn't
They,
understand at first. I'm not gonna lie because I don't understand. I'm not understanding the difference between language and dialect.
you know how many Chinese, you know how many Bruce Lees and Jackie Chan looking motherfuckers is on this planet? They only speak two languages, Mandarin and Cantonese. So we talking
Mhm.
about Africa is so big that my man, so is China. Two languages. So you mean to tell me we can't condense that down to four languages? I
Mhm.
want to do one.
You talking about west, south, north? Okay, 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 okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing
Okay,
you. Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. I hear you.
So once we start to understand, we need a universal language. Language creates unity. Language creates unity. And then through unity, you can have order. And when you have order, you can be organized. And then when you are organized and you have unity, then you can apply strategy. And then that applied strategy is going to change the conditions of our people. And that's how it's done. That didn't come from me. That came from my father. Say how you want to say it. That came from Allah. And I don't care what nobody got to say about it. I don't care
Okay.
what nobody. You can't, like, that ain't the shaitan telling me nothing either. But go ahead.
That's what you're gonna say. It's the jinn.
Yeah.
They're gonna say it's the jinn or the shaitan. Because when you question Allah, they don't want you to. The thing is, you're not supposed to question Allah. So
Yeah,
you hear me
listen,
question you, it's because of that.
how can I become a Muslim? And that's a lie. You are supposed to question the law. Because if I became Muslim because I questioned the law. Yo, hey man, I don't know what's going on. Is you real? Let me know you real.
Is that what your conversation was?
That was exact my conversation. I'm not praying as a Muslim. I'm not praying as a Christian. I need to know what the is you real? Yeah.
And how did he show you?
I can't tell you all that, my sister, but he showed me. He showed me. And I ended up taking Shahada. I ended up taking Shahada. Right? I ended up taking Shahada. But I questioned God.
And what type of masjid were you? Where did you take your shahada at?
I took my Shahada in Sunset Park. It was a brother that was Yemen.
A brother that was Yemen to give you a shahada.
Hmm. For sure.
Alhamdulillah.
Ain't no alhamdulillah. Ain't none of that. No, God ain't this. See what I'm
Ma-
saying? Like, listen, nah,
Mashallah.
don't alhamdulillah, none of that. Or don't mashallah, none of that shit. Listen, God came to me because I came to God. And I questioned God. And I said, listen, hey, show me you. My mother was a drug addict. I didn't have no father in my life. I was in a system. I was messed up. Mentally, I was messed up and I wanted to kill myself. So I'm angry. And I'm like, yo, the fuck is going on? Is you real? I'm questioning because I don't know what the fuck. Why is my life this way? And because I question Allah, He answered my question. And He showed me things that scared the shit out of me. Like it was no way that God couldn't exist after the answer to my questions were presented to me. In such a way, it moved me to converting to Islam. So I had to question it. Now, I'm at the next point of questioning. What's going on? Yo, see, you can't brainwash me because I'm not conversing with man. Yo, I don't like how it's looking down here, man. What's up, man? And I asked Allah that. And you know what he told me?
What?
How did you make it and how did you spend it? How did you make it and how did you spend it? Yo, Allah, man. I'm trying to get rich, man. I want some money, man. I want some
And
money, man.
do you make dua like that though? Do you ask for money? Or you
Hell
ask,
yeah. What the fuck you mean? Yeah, I want some money. I want some money, man. Like, we get this shit fucked up. Allah is only gonna ask you two questions. How did you make it and how did you spend it? He didn't say you can't get it. He didn't say you
Hmm.
can't want it. How you gonna build a nice masjid with no money?
Right.
You going look. You going masjid build? That shit don't work like that.
No, you need money, right?
But
You
we
do need money.
told
I'm saying, do you make dua and say, "Ya Allah, bless me with money"?
give me listen. I say different things. I talk to Allah like I'm talking to my homie.
Okay.
I talk to Allah straight up, man. Listen, man, what's up, man? We talking. And that's how I feel you should talk to Allah. All that other shit, I don't know. Because Allah knows what's in your heart. Allah knows your
Mhm.
intention. Allah knows what's in your heart. I don't give a fuck. Nigga can't tell me nothing. Listen, when my mom's abandoned me, none of you fake ass Muslims was there. When I was starving, I was in prison, I was jammed up. Ain't nobody came to me. I could have
How
been
do you
dead.
motivate somebody like yourself? That's somebody who's been like how do you motivate those who've been through the same struggles as
You,
you?
you you gotta have a relationship with God relevant to you. Don't let nobody tell you how to talk to God. Don't let nobody tell you how to pray. Don't let nobody tell you let God guide you in every single fucking way. I'm not listening to nobody else. That's where shit get different. I'm not listening to nobody else. I'm going, yo, God, yo, what's up, man? What should I do? That's how you talk. And then God is gonna communicate back to you. And then you follow that. And you're gonna know instinctively. That's how you do it. Okay? But we the problem with us, like I said, we got too many people that's brainwashed, that look like us, that's following the religion in a way that keeps us limited, that keeps us with our hand out, that keeps us under the neck and control of everybody else, and we never come to power. How is it that these people from Turkey can build a masjid that covers 3 blocks? How is it that these people from Pakistan can build a masjid that takes over a whole block?
With unity.
Right. How can we have unity if we don't even love what we're trying to unify?
So you gotta spread you're gonna spread that with the ILA and spread
This is
love.
this is
You're
what
gonna
I'm doing. Black
self
people,
empowerment.
black people, we special, we different. So
Hmm.
it's about the mindset, right? So you gotta have mantras. Again, how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. We have to understand that white people, Indian people, Chinese people, all these other motherfuckers that's not black, they benefit from our low self-esteem. They benefit off of our ignorance. They benefit off of our lack of love for each other. They benefit off of our lack of unity. So we have to know I can't love my brother. I can't love my sister if I don't see the value in loving my brother or loving my sister. I can't love myself if I don't feel that I'm valuable or worth having that love, right?
Hmm. Yes.
So we have to study our history. We got to go to ancient Kemet. We got to go to, well, we created everything. We created everything. Okay, so we created everything. We matter. So now when we come and we convert and we go to Allah, we not going like we some niggas and we confused. We going like we're the fathers of civilization, but we got a law to show us how we're supposed to apply our greatness in the form of deeds through the guidance and structure of Islam. That's
Hmm.
how it's supposed to be. How did you spend it? How did you make it? Allah has given us the ability to be the fathers of civilization. Allah has given us the power to be the mothers of civilization. And through that power, we are responsible and we're held accountable. But what is the point of reference for accountability? The point of reference for our accountability is Islam. But we're coming into this religion already built. We're already a car. Is we're gonna let Allah drive us, guide us, be the destination, but we got a car already. We're already coming complete. We're already coming developed.
How do you show examples of this to the people? As far as what do you do?
Baby girl, this is what I'm talking about. How I show examples. What you mean? How I show examples? I'm showing it now. What you mean?
Yes.
How I'm showing examples?
I
What you
wanted to
mean?
hear it. I wanted to hear. I know it. I just wanted to hear it. Like that's exactly, you know what I mean? Because
Well,
I
well, well, well we got to be careful, right? We got to be careful because I do this. I do this to bring attention to how great God is, but I also want us to know that God created us and we're great too. Allah is the greatest, but we're not
Mhm.
niggas. We're not pieces of shit. We're not the we're not the last people. Like I do it to show that black people we matter. And it's somebody who's watching this, it is somebody that's gonna watch this piece of content and it's gonna resonate with them. That's who I'm talking to. That's who I'm doing it to. There's a sister that's gonna watch this, that's gonna look at herself in the mirror and say, I am the mother of civilization. Put some respect on my name, Hope. There's a brother that's gonna watch this and he gonna go, you know what? I am the father of civilization. I don't need no Indian motherfucker to make me feel good about myself. Thank you, Smart. And you welcome.
I know. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so I don't want it to drag out any longer. I want to say thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming on to the Unwrapped Real Talk with the Black Hijabi. Thank
Hold
you.
on,
I really
hold on, hold on,
appreciate you.
hold on. Let me finish. I want to cook. Let me finish. So let me
Oh,
take it from the top. First thing is we have to develop a mantra, right? Listen, we have to develop a mantra. The mantra is this: how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion
okay.
becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So now, through that mindset, we have to have affirmations. I am blessed. I am beautiful. I am blessed. I am beautiful. Everything that you add on to I am becomes added on to you. Through these mantras, through these affirmations, now we're developing the confidence. And confidence is necessary because it makes us susceptible to leading to moving towards Islam, right? Now, we have to know our accomplishments outside of Islam. And those accomplishments are we created mathematics as black people. We created mathematics, psychology, medicine, strategy, and all the fundamental principles that every culture, race, and nation has used since the beginning of time to develop and grow. And the reason why these other Muslims are developing and growing because they're using our strategies and our structures and they're applying it to their lives, separate from the religion. The religion is how you spend your money. Okay? The culture is how you make the money.
I feel like we have a lot of leaderships that talk about like leaders that talk about this. You got like the Dr. Umars, you have like what's his
Wait,
name?
listen, I don't want to mention that. So let me finish, right? So once we know who we are and we know our contribution to this planet, to this world, and now we can start practicing who we are, and then now we can start acquiring and accumulating wealth. And how we allocate the wealth, Islam is the structure and the template for us to follow in terms of our allocation of wealth, how we spend our money. Okay. um the next thing is we have to understand that we need our own language. We're speaking in a tongue that is not ours. It's not ours. This is not our language. And we're not going to be at our full peak potential until we start to identify or create our own language and speak in a language that is of our own.
How do we do that though? Because I hear a lot of talking. I feel like a lot of leaders have talked about, this almost like a pan-Africanism where we need our own language. They want to instill powerness into us, but I don't see a lot of action being done.
Well,
I
well,
don't.
well, well,
I feel
right.
like a lot of money hungry leaderships, like
Mhm.
you get these black leadership leaders that are talking and they say that they want to do this and they want to help the black community, but then it doesn't happen. And then people start just giving their money to these, charities that they don't see any change happening. It's leaderships that talk a lot that that don't want to help at all. Really, in reality, they're doing it just to go viral. A lot of the times, I see it every day online.
Right, right.
So
But that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. That's why it starts with the conversations like this, because it's gonna make people think. First of all, we have to have the information first. We can't have the information unless we have the conversation. We got to talk first, right? We got to say, well, okay, let's unpack this. Who are we? Who are black? Like what? Put Islam on pause for a second. What did we do? What were our contributions to this planet? And then we got to say, okay, how did we get separated from the mindset that we had that gave us the power and inclination to apply ourselves so we can have these contributions? Where did this come from? Okay, how do we get back to that? Secondly, how is religion not empowering us but empowering everybody else? Why is what's going on? So you gotta have the conversation, and then the next part is you gotta have goals and deadlines, and then we have to have the conversations to create the inspiration that motivates our people to get their money up. We gotta start letting that money fly. I haven't been selling no products. I've been talking like this for years. I've been trying to find ways for us to come together. I haven't been saying, yes, donate here, give me your money. No, I've been just telling black people how great they are for the last goddamn 5 years.
Do you feel like the greatness has to start from home though as well? Like your mom and dad have to instill that in you. You have to have a background where you have a sense of pride in yourself. Because I know for myself, my dad instilled. He put Black
My
Panthers.
mother,
My dad was,
my mother molested me. My mother did drugs. My father abandoned me.
my goodness, y'all.
My family turned their back on me. I was in the system my whole life. This came from Allah. My confidence came from Allah. And how did I get confidence? Because I started to study. I didn't open up the Quran and say, "Oh, okay." I opened up the Quran and said, "Bilal. Bilal's a slave. He got a whole rock on his chest." All right, that didn't motivate me. What motivated me was understanding that, okay, Egypt, Kemet, we created this.
Yeah,
So I started to get this confidence. Allah started to reveal certain things to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, I matter. Wait a minute, I matter. I didn't go to the masjid and sit there in Juma and have the imam give me motivation. I didn't feel motivated. This is why I know for a fact we have to have our own masjids, because we need people that look like us talking to us. And
yeah.
then you have that foundation, that cultural foundation, and then now you can create the ummah. But we're missing steps. We're missing these pieces. Okay? And if we're not developing our own platforms, our own masjids, our own businesses, our own banks, we're not gonna have the confidence to even really feel good about being Muslim. And that's just the truth. And I'm not afraid, and I'll say I'm not afraid to say it. We not happy to go to Juma on Friday. Motherfuckers is doing that shit just out of because they feel like it's an obligation. Motherfuckers ain't excited to mix a lot. Motherfuckers
I
ain't
feel like your personal growth, just like you said, how you talk to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, how you see Allah is how He is presented to you, right? And I feel like you said, I agree with you on the point of some people are not excited. But when you have a personal relationship with Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, right? And you talk to him like you just said, you have conversations with him, like you talk to him like he's one of your homies. I talk to him like that as well. I've seen benefits from prayer, right? I've seen benefits from dua. I'm excited to pray because I know what he's done for me in my life. I'm never perfect and that, but you gotta know, you gotta have a
you got
true.
it got to be incentivized. This is what I'm saying. You can't be telling me like, why would I? You keep talking about I'm not waiting for Jenna. You keep having. Why am I? So what the fuck? So that means I should just go in a fucking homeless shelter. I should just stay on the curb and just be struggling. I'm not. Fuck all that. I'm not. I don't know what the fuck y'all think. You got me fucked up. I'm not doing that. So
But
if
kings used to ask for kingdoms. I always tell you that. I
so
always say this: you gotta ask for more than what you have. Always, don't ever
right.
be afraid
So
to ask
so
Allah for the
so
biggest
so so the
house,
key.
whatever.
So the key to getting our people excited to go to the masjid, we gotta we gotta talk about what are the benefits. What are the benefits in the dunya for being a Muslim? What are the benefits? Don't tell me I gotta be struggling, fucked up, broke, and all that other shit, because that's bullshit. And in the Quran it say different. How did you make it and how did you spend it? So I can make it. I could get some money. I could get some fucking money. Don't be sitting there talking about I gotta be broke. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum.
Right, right, right. But look,
I ain't doing it.
smart. I really, 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 really appreciate you
No
for
doubt.
coming
Listen,
on.
I want to do a live. Listen, let's go. I want to do a live with you tonight on my Instagram, and I want to. I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah.
okay,
Let's do live. You have to send me your manager's information.
for
Don't
sure.
forget. You can do that now. Maybe I don't
Yes.
know.
Listen,
But
we're gonna do and we're gonna do a part two, cause we're gonna come out to Maryland and do our part two face to face. All right.
you're gonna do your part two. Don't smart.
What happened? What happened? What happened?
Nothing. Okay.
I'm motivated. Listen, because listen, I gotta go with that because listen, we gotta get the context because we on to something. Listen, we on to something with this here. The first step is Muhammad would not have no way to make money if it wasn't for us before Revelation.
and we're
That's the
gonna end it there. And we're gonna end it there, right? Because we got part two coming. We're gonna go live on your Instagram. I want to say salam alaikum. Thank you for tuning to Unwrap Real Talk with the Black Hijabi. Make sure you follow me on all platforms. Rich and glorious. Choose happiness, not because it's easy, but because sometimes it's hard. And we out.